Ready when you are. No hat today. Oh. Where are we at in the countdown?
Because it died.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we're better. Oh, hi.
I got one.
Hi.
Are we live?
Yes, we're live.
Oh.
Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the West North Carolina Scout Streaming Series presented by CamWood Bats. We're live from Arden, North Carolina on the campus of Christ School for Carolina's Athletic Association matchup between the Asheville Christian Academy Lions and the Christ School Greenies. I want to go ahead and thank our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats. CamWood Bats located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players nationwide. Game bats, trainers, tees, and tutorials and more are available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Well, we had tech difficulties.
Well, it's hot out, right? It's the first game that's like substantially warm. We're outside. We got a black table, so overheating a little bit. So sponsors, future sponsors, if you're listening, a tent. That's what we need, is one of those like picnic tents to put over top of this thing.
Yeah, be our tent sponsor. We want to go ahead and get into our pregame sponsor, Meineke. Meineke is a pregame and postgame sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. With numerous locations in the West North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, AC, heat, you name it, Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina.
Well, this is my old stomping grounds. I was here for the 22-23 season with the Greenies as their pitching coach. Hunter, you can probably see it. I mean, it's just an immaculate field. The campus vibe. I mean, it's such a good college preparatory environment here. On the other side, Asheville Christian. I've really enjoyed working with their program the last 4 or 5 years. They've had a number of excellent prospects come through. Both of these teams find themselves in a similar situation, not having the season they would hoped to have had. But there's a lot of young talent on both ends as well, and we're going to get a sneak peek into the future in a rivalry that's been running pretty heated the last 3-4 years as well. On the ACA side, Coach Pegg is his second full year at ACA. He took over for Coach Sicaro back in 2000, at the end of the 2023 season. Coach, he's coached at Montreat, used to be the post-70 Legion coach. Very well tenured coach, knows what he's doing. On the other end, Wesley King, 5th year at Christ School, 16th year as a head coach. 21st year overall as a coach. 5th year at Christ, as we said. He did 3 seasons at West Henderson, did 4 at Middle Creek High School down in Apex, North Carolina, and also did 4 seasons at North Buncombe. Coach King was a Western Carolina Winthrop product back when he played. ACA 6-9 right now, 0-3 kinda in this conference. Have you taken a look at the Western North Carolina Private School Conference? It's basically Raven Gap, which is Georgia, ACA, and Christ School. Asheville School no longer has a varsity team.
Carolina
Day no longer has a varsity team. So, again, these two programs are pretty prestigious in my eyes, but there needs to be more. They need to be more enveloped in the Western North Carolina baseball. They need to figure something out with the conference. I would love to see them go to like a private public conference at one point. Anyway, Christ School 6-13-1, 2-1 in the conference. That's 1 win against Raven Gap and 1 against ACA. They beat ACA 20-0 earlier in the season. Christ School had a real rough start. Started 1-8. Been playing 500 ball since. They're 4-5-1 at home. Currently on the 1-game losing streak after dropping a game to East Henderson on Saturday. ACA coming off of wins at Owen, and they're going to finish up this. I think, or no, did they have? They had a game, I think, this past. No, they all their games were canceled this past week. That's right. I think there was.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
I think there was a tragedy over at the school. There's a life lost in a car accident, motorcycle accident, ACA. So I don't have any details on that at all. But prayers go out to the ACA community.
Between the Asheville Christian Academy Lions.
It's nice getting here without a JV team. You know, I think our 4 cameras today are looking pretty solid.
Let's meet the starting lineups for today's game. First for the
I think we're going to go ahead and we'll be quiet for a minute.
Yeah.
Looks like they're getting right to the lineup, so we'll go ahead and let the PA announcer take over.
Batting second, the third baseman, number 5, Caleb Smith. Batting third, the right fielder, number 0, Edson Reinhardt. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 50, Christian Norton. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 1, Zach Norton. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 13, Josh Moore. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 3, Donovan Felix. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 7, Nate Hornstra. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 34, Leighton Patterson. Catching for the Lions today, number 9, Garrett Hanna. The Lions are coached by Brian Pegg, assisted by Zach Wilson. And now for your Greenies, leading off the left fielder, number 15, Henry Tutera. Batting second, the pitcher, number 7, Garen Gosnell. Batting third, the catcher, number 24, Jonathan Reese. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 5, Corbin Spilliards. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 13, Patrick Robichaud. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 9, Will Ray. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 4, Will Walker. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 8, Cade Granning. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 3, Wells Alderman. The Greenies are coached by Wesley King, assisted by Jay Farrell, Caleb Penner, and DJ Redden. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise for 2 reasons? First, we want to take a moment to offer our deepest sympathies to the Lions family as they mourn the loss of Connor Hanna, a member of the ACA class of 2024. In honor of his memory, please join us in offering a moment of silence. Thank you. Would you please remain standing at this time? And gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, let's get into our travel, home team, and away team sponsors here.
Yeah, I want to thank our travel and home team sponsor today, BH Green Landscape, helping Baseball University with the travel expenses we encountered throughout the spring, including gas, food, and in some cases lodging, as well as being a home team sponsor, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Christ School Greenies prospects. with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches post-game. Tonight's traveling home team is proudly sponsored by BH Granny Landscapes Incorporated, mountain grown, locally known, and celebrating 20 years of service across Asheville and West North Carolina. From athletic fields to outdoor living spaces, they've built a reputation for quality landscape design, construction, and maintenance. A big thank you to BH Granny Landscapes Incorporated for helping shape the places we play, cheer, and grow on and off the field. I want to thank our away team sponsor, Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn, sponsoring the time that Baseball University puts towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Asheville Christian Academy Lion prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches post-game. Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn is based out of Asheville, North Carolina. It's made with a simple goal: real ingredients, creative flavor that people love, and make it fun. The biggest part of the Poppy is that they strive to make the world a better place by spreading joy and caring about others, and make their popcorn with love and intention, because that's what it takes to succeed and to spread the positivity we seek. So what's the Poppy secret? Real people, real flavors, real love. Thank you to Poppy for being our away team sponsor.
Still haven't picked a Poppy Player of the Week yet. Had a couple good nominations come in the last couple days. We'll figure that out before tomorrow's broadcast. Hunter going 1,000 miles an hour when I'm at Christ School, and I know everybody. I'm running all these conversations. Poor Hunter is left to set everything up behind me while I'm too busy chatting.
Well, we're going to throw up some info on our first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farm. We'll detail them at the midway point through the inning, but thank you to Bloom Patch for being the first inning sponsor this entire season.
Swinging a drive on the first pitch on one bounce, right into the glove of the first baseman.
Let's go ahead and talk about these keys to the game. What makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, rental agencies, and more. Meineke is proud to sponsor the Meineke Fleet Keys to the Game.
Oh, so flying through things here, trying to catch up a little bit. But first key of the game is Garen Gosnell delivers this pitch for a strike. If you get up early, you're tempted because of this rivalry to make a lot of noise. And honestly, I've seen a lot of early leads lost by both of these teams this year. So if you get up early, conserve your energy, stay focused, don't lose your head. Key number 2, let the rivalry fuel you as well. Lots of history. ACA lost 20-0 in the first matchup, but if you know these two teams, they could very well have a pitchers duel 1-0 game as well. So that rivalry has really got to bring the passion out, because passion can win over talent sometimes. Swing. See if there's that ball is going to drop down in front of Will Walker out there in the gap. So it's a single for Caleb Smith, the freshman. We'll talk about him a little bit more in a minute. And that third key of the game, throw strikes. You know, your velo and stuff means nothing if you're not in the zone. Greenies have struggled a little bit keeping the ball in the zone the last couple seasons. ACA, again, with some bigger bats in that Greenie lineup, they still have to fill the zone, limit the base runners. So those are your Meineke Fleet keys to the game in this private school rivalry. Going back through those starting lineups a little bit, some key names. For ACA, only one commit in that dugout right now. That's Gio Yamas. He's heading off to Geneva College up in Western PA next year. Left-handed pitcher. We might see him in relief today. For ACA, their starting pitcher, John Neuenschwander, is an outstanding outfielder, very high academic. I think he's got very high-level ability. Still kicking around the idea of trying to find that good, solid academic D3 that's fit for him. Potentially has D1 level talent down the road too. Two twins in the lineup, Christian Norton and Zachariah Norton. Zachariah at shortstop. Christian is in the outfield. Christian is a huge left-handed pitcher as well. So ground ball by Reinhardt. Let's see if the Greenies can turn it up. Nope, safe at first base. There's a pump fake out there, so that's going to be a fielder's choice. It's 5-4 on the fielder's choice. So Smith retired at second.
Now batting for the Lions, the left fielder, number 50, Christian Norton.
And here's Christian Norton. Like I said, just a big, big body, left-handed swinger. Real curious to see how things develop for this young man. Because, again, only a freshman, but has the size of some of the collegiate bodies that you'll see. Nice little matchup here. Gosnell, the lefty, on Norton, the lefty. Garen, a freshman reclass, so actually his third year at Christ School. Very crafty lefty, changeup, very good curveball, a lot of spin. We'll get some velos on him in a little bit. For Christ School, behind the plate, Jonathan Reese heading off to Caldwell. Davis Jones pitched Saturday, so we won't see him. He's a Sewanee commit. Pete Boatwright, Wake Tech commit. We might see him this game. Swing and drive up the middle, bobbled but handled by Spilliards. Steps on the bag for the easy out.
One thing, a first-in sponsor, Bloom Patch Farm, located in Hendersonville, North Carolina, offers over 300 dahlia varieties for spring planting and provides floral design services. VIP cutting and floral tours are booking now on the weekends through October. Contact us at 828-772-1798 or visit our social media pages. Facebook at Bloom Patch Farm and on Instagram at Bloom Patch. Thank you to Bloom Patch Farm for being our first inning sponsor.
Give me 1 second. I want to text this coach real quick. While I'm doing this, I was going through the commits. Last commit there, Luca Rose, Queens commit, left-handed pitcher, first baseman. So, again, Reese and Boatwright going the JUCO route. I like that. Both of them are very talented. Davis Jones, very tall, right-handed pitcher, high eights. He's going to thrive at Sewanee. And Luca, left-handed pitcher, left-hand swinger, going to be at D1 Queens next year. Several players in the Christ School lineup to take a look at. One senior to mention is Will Walker. Coach King told me kind of late the other day that Will wants to play in college, trying to find him a spot. I think junior college would be great for Will. He's tools for days. He's in center field, can run fast, hit hard, throw hard, just has to put it all together. Big fan of the shortstop Corbin Spilliards. I think he's a guy for me that I don't know if he's trying out for state games, but I would say that he's of that caliber. Henry Tutera, one of the better freshmen in Western North Carolina, catcher, but in the outfield today, he's a good utility guy. Patrick Robichaud, you heard his name in the lineup, DHing, but also a talented right-handed pitcher. Garen Gosling, your starting pitcher. Cade Granning, that's probably your top 26 grad in this game. Cade, very intelligent young man, wants to study engineering. Reached out to a few of the coaches out there this morning about Cade. Originally from the Western PA area, so interested in the Northeast. TK Wright is another one in this game being DH'd for today, but TK is in right field in that junior class. Jack Ray on the IL, coming back from Tommy John surgery, but he's a name in that junior class to know. Cam Walker been getting a lot of innings in the sophomore class, and you probably won't see him today, but another freshman coming up, Grant Prince. Nice swing there by Tutera. Man, that's going to get in the gap. So extra bases. How about that? Hit the ball so hard that it glances off the second baseman's glove and still finds its way out to the warning track. So leadoff double for Tutera. A big fan of Henry. Big name on the showcase scene in the summers as well.
The pitcher, number 7, Garen Gosnell.
Here's Garen Gosnell, left-handed pitcher, right-handed swinger. Well, I was up late. I was reading Hunter's most recent playoff projections, and it must have gotten the attention of Western North Carolina because we had 2 more Patreon members sign up today. So that was pretty cool. Probably gonna. What did we say? We're gonna post another one Wednesday.
I think I'm gonna try to keep them updated. You won't get a fancy graphic out of them until after Friday, I believe. But I will. We'll figure out a way to post them where you guys can have them. Because the public schools are in their last week of the regular season.
Say private school playoffs are a little different. It's not an automatic bid, and I think Christ School and ACA both are going to have to finish strong to place in their playoff bracket. Christ School plays out of the 4A private, and ACA plays out of the 3A. The way they determine that is since Christ School is a boarding school, all boys, they multiply that population by 2 to determine where they should be placed within the public or the private school divisions to kind of make up for the no co-ed.
Well, last year ACA was the 3A number 6 seed, and they got a first-round bye. Made it all the way to the semifinals before losing number 2 seed Hickory Grove Christian, who I believe they
Tutera's off, throw down to third. He's going to be in there. Oh, they bounce it to left field. Tutera, it takes him 2 seconds to figure it out. Stutter steps. He's not going to be able to advance. So stolen base, no advance on the throw. ACA had a great year last year. They lost a bunch of good talent that's at the college level now.
Second round, they beat Calvary Day 10-2. Quarterfinals, they beat number 3 seed Greensboro Day 4-1. They lose in the semis, number 2 Hickory Grove Christian 4-3. And now on the other side, Christ School, they got the 4A number 6 seed as well, getting a first round bye as there's a foul ball. Winning the second round against Cannon 8-2 before losing the quarterfinals at number 3 Metrolina Christian Academy 2-0. So
Metrolina having a really good year.
I think they're 19-1, 20-1, something like that. So both these schools receiving first-round byes and the 6 seeds in their respective classification of the private school.
Swing and a miss.
Ready to squeeze it, Garrett?
Christ School played a really tough schedule last year. This year, they play a tough schedule every year. When I was here in 23, we went out to Tennessee and played some insanely good teams out there. Just that whole private school sector down in Charlotte. I mean, we got to see it with Charlotte Christian and Providence Day earlier in the year, but, Gaston Christian. There's just some really good baseball down there. Metrolina, Providence Day we mentioned, Cannon, Covenant Day. So now batting here is Jonathan Reese, the senior. Jonathan been hot as of recent. Has hit a couple home runs. Had a really good sophomore year when I was here. Took a step back offensively last year, but really improved his defensive side. So as far as the tools go for a power hitting catcher, Jonathan Reese has got a chance to be one of the better ones. He's going to be at Caldwell next year. Coach Deaton has a good chance to earn innings right away. 3-0 pitch, it's in there. How we doing with the old overheating thing? Surviving?
We're battling it with the laptop and the iPad. The laptop's not a necessity. iPad most certainly is, or you wouldn't be able to see this broadcast. So keeping that in the shade as best we can as there's a drive to center field. Center fielder coming in. It drops.
See, Jonathan Reese did not even think about stopping. Knew he was taking second the whole time on that bloop single. So when that throw came home from Hornstra center, Reese took that base without hesitation. So Tutera scores. Jonathan Reese with an early RBI to put Christ School ahead 1-0 with 1 out.
Your shortstop, number 5, Corbin Spilliards.
Corbin Spilliards, switch hitter, hit a home run against East Henderson in their loss Saturday. Left-handed home run. And they're right-handed against Neuenschwander. Again, Neuenschwander, primary outfielder. Definitely one of those guys who's athletic enough to pitch, getting a lot of innings out of necessity this year in that senior role. Fast, throws hard from the outfield. Just one of the better left-hand swings. That's a drive by Spilliards. That's going to get to the gap. Sawyer King, who is running for Reese, is going to score on the RBI double by Spilliards. So 2 quick runs here for the Greenies. Well, I had 3 bags of popcorn left when I left the house today. We have 2 more Poppy's Player of the Week, so 2 had to stay at home. Brought this one today since they're sponsoring the game as well. Don't really know what to do with it, though. Maybe if we give it away with the bat at the end, maybe I give the Hunter as a tip for all his hard work here at Baseball University. But that Poppy's popcorn, if you ain't had it yet, go find yourself a good flavor. That peppermint chocolate's probably my favorite. This is the Asheville mix, which is caramel popcorn mixed with white cheddar popcorn, which, strangely enough, works really well together. So there's Patty Robichaud, DHing, also an arm for Coach King. Enjoyed coaching Patty when I was here. He is a sophomore now. I had him during his 8th grade season. And he gave us varsity innings. He was ready. Smart, good attitude. We're going to say that one bounced and hit him, so hit by pitch sends Robichaud down to first base. So it'll be first and second with 1 out. Will Ray to the plate. Will, younger brother to Jack Ray. Both of them transferred over from TC Roberson this past season. Will, a sophomore, playing first base today. So Coach Peg out to talk with John. Again, John is one of my favorite prospects here in that senior class. I really hope he finds what he's looking for at that next level. As of now, he's thinking about just going to play club ball at Chapel Hill. He's got a couple of schools that have offered. He's just got to think about what he's looking for. And, if there's any Northeast schools out there, like those high academic D3s, I think that's where he slots in real well, wants to be a pre-med major. Again, I think he might have potential D1 stuff in the outfield and as a hitter. But in this market, you got to let it play out. You got to go where you can find daylight in that freshman season with this crazy transfer market. Well, Hunter, should I go find a bag of ice somewhere and just drop it on the laptop?
Yeah, that would be great.
So runner started and stopped.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of pure sunshine, blue sky, no cloud games. A little Sears clouds up in the sky, but the sun just beats down on the black iPad case and just overheats it.
We had that problem at the Brevard filming last year when we were using blast motion to collect data. We had to run into the Brevard concessions and put the iPad into the freezer for a few minutes just to cool it down. Nice block up there by, I think it's Hannah behind the plate.
You can just tell the difference right there.
Black versus white.
Yeah, I have a white phone with a clear
I got a black
case,
cover.
and Ryan has a black phone with a black rubber case, and his phone is probably 15 degrees warmer than my phone at this moment, because there's another ball 2-0 count. Technology is not meant to sit in the sun, which I don't see how they do this for MLB games all the time.
Well, when you got a budget like they do, and you have the technology to keep it cool. So Ray's in a sky one way up there. It goes about as high as it does far. Into the glove of Norton in left field for out number 2.
Now batting for your Greenies, the center fielder, number 4, Will Walker.
So Will Walker, he's an interesting name out there. I really like him for junior college if he does want to try this college baseball thing. He's got tools that are D1, but he's got to put it together still. So any JUCO guys out there watching tonight, this is a guy for you.
Ball gets away. Runners will advance on the wild pitch.
Say Will he runs probably 6'7", throws, I think he can touch 90. He threw really hard. It's just a matter of throwing strikes, good slider. I mean, if there's a coach out there that can take those athletic tools and make it click, I mean, this guy could be a game changer one day. He's in center field tonight. Played football last couple seasons as well. Not afraid of the weight room. Even though he struggled with the bat a little bit in the last couple seasons, he does get on base like you see there. He will not chase, and he'll take his walks.
Now batting for your Greenies, the third baseman, number 8, Cade Graney.
So Cade Granny to the plate. Saw Cade in that Providence Day game get robbed. He had a couple good swings that kept finding leather. We saw him in that first week of the season. Engineering guy. Been talking to a few schools up west or in Western PA. Puts one up on the right side here. Comes in as Reinhardt. Makes the catch for the third out. So nice job by ACA of limiting the damage there. It could have been a lot worse. So 8 to the plate, 2 in on a walk, a hit batter, and 3 hits, 2 of them doubles.
Well, want to help support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge? Visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. The more financial support Baseball University of the Blue Ridge can earn, the more coverage of West North Carolina baseball we can bring you, including the College Tour Series, the High School Scout and Streaming Series, American Legion Post 70 coverage, weekly media content, highlight films, and more. Choose which tier is right for you at www.patreon.com/bbuniversitywNC. And you can find it on our social medias. We've got a link the last couple days with the playoff projections. So stay connected to us across all the platforms. Like and subscribe on YouTube right now at www.youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, and follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at bbuniversitywNC. And check out the website at www.baseballu.org. As we head into the top of the second inning, brought to you by Hale Tax Solutions. I know you were talking about that your refund's about to come in.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I
got the old little, you call in or you go on the internet and it's like, all right, it's processed. It's going to be direct deposited today or this week or so. I think it said before. I don't see it before May 5th, then we got a problem, but I'm excited.
Well, Hale did your taxes, and I know they did them right because you got a good refund. And anyone who hasn't done their taxes, you still got time if you filed an extension. If you didn't, Hale Tax Solutions will have the solutions for you.
Shortstop, number 1, Zach Norton.
Yeah, there always seems to be something before every game.
Well, I was kind of going through some inventory yesterday, and still a lot of positive gains this year compared to last year with this thing. So there's bound to be issues, and we'll just keep taking strides, and hopefully next year is a flawless victory.
Well, like you said, we hit the ground running with the first week with 4 games. We're going to end the regular season with hopefully 4 games, pending the weather, but I don't expect any rain this week. I drove by Best Buy today on the way here to try to figure out this Ethernet connector thing.
And there's no fence protecting you from foul balls, so be aware at all times.
Good tidbit about Christ School, no foul line fence in the third base line here. But, yeah, you got an adapter, and it worked, but then we couldn't connect our mics. So now we got to figure out mics. And I think the best thing to do would be investing in Bluetooth mics.
Really just need some way to do a tech audit in general. I have a feeling it probably starts with the core, probably getting a new iPad, something a little bit more up to date, more functional. That's what happens when you don't grow up playing video games and caring about tech that much,
Then why'd you hire me then?
All right, yeah. Ball 4 there to Norton, so Zechariah going to head down to first base. First baseman Josh Moore at the plate. I was looking at the alumni. We were talking about how well the ACA finished the last couple seasons before this year's struggles. Last year's team saw graduates head to some pretty interesting places. Chip Hornstra was at Palm Beach Atlantic. Jack Barrett is at Geneva. Leighton McMahon and Chase James both went to Surrey Community College. Before them, in the class, a couple classes before those. Actually, no, there's a couple more last year. I forgot Seth Coxey and Cam Wingard. They both ended up at Mars Hill. But a couple years ago, we had Luke Collier come through. He's at Lee University. Ben Michael, he's at Lenore Ryan. And one of my favorites, Josh Jomo Morgan. He went to Cleveland, and now he's at UVA Wise, helping turn that program around. And shout out to my man Avery Blankenship. We did some work together, and he ended up being the baseball manager down at Toccoa Falls, which is a school I think a lot of our kids should know about up in North Georgia. So Garen Gosling here delivers, runner goes. Foul tip will send Norton back to first.
Palm Beach Atlantic. I haven't heard that one in a while. That's where my cousin went to school, so I'm familiar down there in West Palm.
I was told the school's like right on the beach.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice campus. My cousin got a graphic design degree from there, and he is doing something with some company and is very successful. So even though Palm Beach Atlantic doesn't have like a big name or football or anything like a true like high-level school would, you think, but you can be successful at these small schools.
Well, that's the Sunshine State Division II conference down there, which is outstanding. And it is not easy to go south to Florida. A lot of times the Florida players are heading out of the state to try to find roster depth somewhere else. So for Chip, Chip was a mid-nines arm, still learning control. Got a couple innings down there this year, but Chip's, he's a Florida D2 baseball player, which you don't see a lot come out of this area. Say Christ School's got a plethora of where are they now as well. Runner goes again, swing and a miss. Reese throws down on a bounce, and Norton is safe. So a K and a stolen base, and they'll bring Donovan Felix up.
Second baseman, number 3, Donovan Felix.
Say a couple Western Carolina Catamounts in the alumni system here for Christ School. You got Brody Riley up there in his sophomore season. Charlie Collins, a freshman. Both still taking their time as it's given, getting their licks in. John O'Pierce having a great year out at Rome State as part of that 23 grad class and made the quarterfinals. Reese Ballard and Jake Gravely headed over to Asbury, but Jake recently decided to hang it up. Injuries got him, but he's loving Asbury. I think he may have met his future wife out there, so good school. I'm glad it worked out. Saw Jacob Wild a couple weeks ago at Brevard. He was the USA South Rookie Pitcher of the Week late March, I think. Chase Gribble had an interesting journey. He was at Southern Wesleyan and now at Caldwell. He was part of that 23 group. And Andrew Grande, he's at Towson. It's my alma mater. It's funny how he ended up there. He's Charlotte, redshirted, went to Walters State, did well there, and now he's at D1 Towson up in Baltimore. And then there's Will Fleming, who's still, I believe, in the AAA system for the Royals. So let me know if I missed anybody. There's some basketball players that came out of here that are very famous, right?
Yeah, the Plumlee brothers.
Yeah, right.
Mason, Miles, and Marshall. And I actually met Mason and Miles at a North Henderson versus Christ School baseball game here. They were watching his brother run track or play lacrosse or something, the younger one, Miles. And they all three went to Duke. And I don't know who's left in the NBA. Got that photo on one of Dad's old flip phones somewhere. And we used to play over here a lot when Coach James was a head coach.
Pat James. It's a name we hear around here once in a while.
Dad coached with him at the Pat James Baseball School for numerous years and know him very well. Played old man's ball with
Long
him.
AB here for Donovan Felix. Fighting hard against Garen Gosnell, but he's going to go down swinging. Let me walk over there and get a couple radar gun readings on our left-handed.
Now batting for the Lions, center fielder, number 7, Nate Hornstra.
Curveball in the dirt, gets away. Runner advances to third.
Base hit, scores a run.
One count.
So one curveball at 70 and a fastball at 81. Needs to move quicker. That's one thing Charlie Collins did really well here. It's moved really fast. Like if We were at one of the games Charlie pitched that was probably an hour and a half if he was cruising. I like how he's checking out the runner at third before going into the windup. We saw that with, was it Jared Durant? Stole home the other day on a lefty in the windup. So ground ball ends it there, 4-3. So pretty good inning after the walk, 2 Ks and a ground ball, and that brings us into the bottom of the second.
Well, the middle of the second inning sponsor is Hail Tax Solutions. Hail Tax Solutions is the official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. In business since 1997, Hail Tax Solutions International is headed by former IRS agents that understand the tax system's complexities and can guide you to your maximum returns. They perform all categories of tax returns, including personal, corporate, trust, estates, and nonprofits. They also offer bookkeeping services, consulting, and can be your representation at state and or federal audits. With tax season in full swing, give Hail Tax Solutions International a call at 828-435-7082 today to schedule your return.
Well, the matchups between these teams the last 5 years have been insane. 20-0 back on April 9th. Christ School wins. Last year, ACA beats Christ School 12-0 on April 10th, and then 2 days later, ACA wins 2-1. We were at that game. I remember Cam Wingard, the submariner, went the distance. In 2023, Christ School took both. That was when I was here. Christ School won 9-3 and 12-6. In 22, ACA beat Christ School 6-3, and then Christ School beat ACA 7-6. And then back in 21, ACA 9, Christ School 3, and ACA 5, Christ School 4. So swept them. So a lot of back and forth in this rivalry.
Yeah, well, Christ School leads the series 20-15, according to Max Breaks data dating back to the April 10th, 2008 game. So very, very close. I think I saw on there that was it Christ School had a 7 or 8 game win streak at one point, maybe during the early teens. If I'm not mistaken.
That might have been the Pat James or the what was it, Cody Geyer? Was that the other?
Yeah, Cody Geyer came after Pat. That was a good little stretch. They beat up on everybody they played back then.
Any interesting baseball cube?
Will Fleming, I remember him. He was around the time I was in high school, a few years older than me, I believe.
He came out in 23 to throw a bullpen before heading back to spring training. And it was fun. Jake Gravely got to catch him up that day. Some of our pitchers just got to pick his brain, kind of see his stuff. Swinging a drive. Wells Alderman, did he? Wells Alderman did. That ball is out of here. So out of the 9-hole, Wells with a home run. 3-0 for the Greenies. Big swing. Wells, plenty of talent to play at the next level, but has said he's just going to go to school out of that 26 class. Now, this is where that key of the game comes in. You get up early, stay focused, maintain your energy, and it looks like the Greenies are doing a good job of just getting right back into the dugout and getting right back to business. So back to the top of the order with Henry Tutera. Led off the game with a double that flicked off the second baseman's glove and still had enough oomph on it to get it out to the warning track. Well, I was thinking, if this game ends soon enough, you and I could probably hop into that Christ School cafeteria. Have you ever had the joy?
I'm not.
That was probably Coach King's top selling point to me the year that he that he got me to come over here and coach. Not really, but man, what a perk. Delicious salad bar. I mean, you're eating good in the neighborhood. And, you teach in public schools for 10 years like me, and you see the difference in the food. It's like, man, I wish all these public school kids could get this opportunity. I mean, half the battle is little things like that, like good nutrition, good sleep. A lot of these kids have to hold up things to a different standard here. One of my favorite things about Christ School is if there's really a need for a big-time punishment, they do something called stumping, where they cut down a tree, and then they just give you like a shovel and a pickaxe, and you don't get to go back to anything extracurricular until that stump's out of the ground. So it's pretty old school.
Mm-hmm.
A hard grounder right back in the mid of the pitcher there.
Now batting
Newen
for your
Schwander
Greenies,
takes it
the
himself.
pitcher, number 7, Karen Gosnell.
So Garen Gosnell stepping in with 1 out. He's got himself a 3-0 lead. Trying to help himself out here, get on base, keep the Greenies offense rolling. As one big thing I will say, the difference between the private and the public school experiences with the private school, the baseball just never stops here. Like it is from the time you get here on campus in the fall until the time you leave, you're working on your craft. I mean, you can play multiple sports, but if you're all in on baseball, I mean, you have a fall season, winter workouts, lift. It's every single day. It's part of your life. And you have a lot of resources at your hands. Still got to put the work in to get better, but a lot of good tools here to help in that process. So ACA, I heard, just got their batting cages back. They look good. I've seen some pictures. Their field was one of the hardest hit by Hurricane Helene. They've only had maybe 4 or 5 on-field practices this year. Swing, inside out's one. Is it going to hook? It's going to go foul by about a foot. But yeah, after Hurricane Helene, I mean, that whole baseball field was done. There's trailers back there that have been washed up. Like, that whole river washes right through there. So that's where we definitely need to look into things like grants and boosters, because chance for ACA to rebuild and maybe come back better with get in on that turf. You know, we've seen Mitchell. They were talking about how they got a grant. Probably the way to go for most of our mountain schools right now is trying to find a way to get a turf field. There's a drive by Tutera. That's his second hit of the game. Good approach. Not trying to do too much. Hitting hard, compact, straight to it. Good exit velo.
Good defense.
So 1 out, 1 on.
Now batting for your Greenies.
Oh, no, that was Gosnell that hit that. Sorry. I think I said Tutera. So that was Garen Gosnell. That's his first hit of the day. So, again, Alderman with the home run. Tutera grounds out to the pitcher. Gosnell with the single. Got a pinch runner out there? I think so.
You do, 19.
So that's Salvador Name. Ooh, excuse me, swing. And it might turn into something here. That's, let's see, the umpire's signaling out here. I think it's interference on the runner, obstructing the fielder. So it's going to be so Gosnell is going to be called out on the base pass. Excuse me, Name. Salvador Name. So he's out on the base pass. Reese is going to reach on the fielder's choice.
Is the batter not out with that too?
That's actually a very good question.
Number 5, Corbin Spilliers.
I don't know if they have different rules in NCISAA versus NCHSA, but I'm pretty confident that if you run into interference in the field, then the batter's out as well.
That's a good point.
At least in college and pro.
So that's something to look up here in a minute. Wish I had the old official rule book. Spilliard's up. Hit a double his first time up. Knocked in a run. Sawyer King on the run. The ball's going up the middle. King's not going to stop. Throw comes in. It's cut. It'll be a 1st and 3rd situation after the Spilliard single. So nice job by King. take third base there. Patty Robichaud up now, first and third. We'll see if there's anything on with 2 outs in the inning. So Neuenschwander trying to limit the damage to just the 1 run on the Alderman home run. Slide step by Neuenschwander. He's going to throw it in the dirt for ball 1. So Patrick Robichaud DHing for the right fielder, TK Wright. Will Ray on deck. Swing and a pop foul. Man, I should have brought a couple waters today. Wasn't thinking. Is that concession stand open up there?
I'm not sure.
It's a hike.
Yeah, I got some drinks.
Concession stand it's all the way down that left field line. Here's the pitch. It's going to throw through, but they're going to cut it, and there's no advancement at third, so stolen base by Spilliards. So what's our count here?
2-1.
2-1 count. Another foul off into the woods. Say right field, you can actually see those mountains poking through now with all the trees that went down after Helene. It used to be just a whole wall of green there. Ground ball. Picked up by Norton, throws across. That's out number 3. So nice job to limit it to 1 run there. So a home run is the only damage. We'll head into the top of the third.
I want to thank our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats. CamWood Bats is located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. As part of our partnership, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Also want to thank our travel sponsor this evening, BH Granny Landscapes Incorporated. They're tonight's travel and home team's sponsor, proudly sponsored by BH Granny Landscapes, mountain grown, locally known, and celebrating 20 years of service across Asheville and Western North Carolina. From athletic fields to outdoor living spaces, they build a reputation for quality landscape design, construction, and maintenance. A big thank you to BH Granny Landscapes Incorporated for helping shape the places we play, cheer, and grow on and off the field. As we head to the top of the third inning, brought to you by American Legion Post 70. Any greenies or
no greenies,
Lions?
No ACA Lions this year. They should. Everybody should try out. There's more there's more demand than spots, though. That's the problem we ran into with Legion this year. Is you had a team's worth of good players get cut. I don't really feel terrible about it. It's hard when you're trying to pick a roster of 18 when there's 30-plus kids trying out that are solid. But, man, I'd like to see maybe Legion open up for Post 77 again, maybe for Haywood County again. Cal Raleigh and I believe Zebby Matthews played for that Legion team back in the day at Haywood. But, if you're a veteran, you're listening, they're also looking for membership. So Post 70, get involved. They do a lot of charity each year. So if you're in that Henderson County or Asheville, Buncombe County area, think about getting down to Post 70 and getting your membership in if you're a vet. So number 9 hitter is Leighton Patterson. He's DHing for the catcher, Hannah.
Got an update on that ruling.
What do you got?
It's a judgment call where if the umpire deems it breaks up the double play, then he can call both the runner and the batter runner out.
So, hit too slow for the double play. Pick the lead runner. At least he didn't Albert Bell him. You're probably too young for that one, but famous play was it Fernando Vina, the second baseman for the Brewers, I think at the time, came up to put the tag on Albert Bell, and Albert Bell, again, this was between first base and second base.
I've seen that one.
He basically chest bumped him all the way to left field. So guys now dialed in now. He's looking good. He's always had the stuff. Low 8s right now at the velo, but man, I'll tell you, as a 28 grad, that's pretty good projection. It's a good fight by Patterson. So I really did enjoy working here, though. I was bragging on that cafeteria, but just the Coach Parham, they have their own weightlifting and speed and strength coach up there in the weight room, works with these boys. I would really like to see the private and public schools play each other more out here. I think there's that stigma of like, oh, if we play the private schools, they're going to take our players. I don't think that's the case. I just think that there's families that want the public aspect, and there's families that want the private aspect, and you're going to end up where you're supposed to be at. And at that point, y'all should just play baseball. Think of all the great matchups that we don't get to see every year, like a Tuscola versus a Christ School, an ACA versus a North Henderson, a TC versus a Christ, an Asheville versus an ACA. So the leadoff walk by Patterson. And now John Neuenschwander finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Talented young man. See if he can work in it back here. That ball is to the backstop, and that's going to allow Patterson down to second base on the wild pitch.
Here we go, John. Base hit.
Well, ACA has played Owen from the public school side twice this year, beating them 5-0 and then 10-3 back in March. Christ School, on the other hand, has played
Hayesville
and East Henderson, beat Hayesville 13-1, then lost to East Henderson 9-6. I'd have to look and see.
Nice pitch by Gosnell there to get the K. Could not hold the swing up.
Have to look and see who some of these schools in their Florida tournament, if they were considered public school or not.
Caleb Smith is another freshman name that Coach Pegg told me about. Playing third base tonight. Hit a hard single in that first inning. Or no, it was hit a bloop single out there in the right center field. Had a decent swing on it, though. It's this one to shortstop. Spilliards picks it up, throws across. That is the second out of the inning. Good arm there by Spilliard. Talented young man, switch hitting shortstop. He's a good athlete, good tools. Still picking up on a couple of little nuances of the game with Spilliards, but he can lock in and just watch more baseball, really become a student of the game. He's got a chance to be a very high-level player. Edson Reinhardt up now, hit a fielder's choice and reached in the first inning. Say Reinhardt was part of that ACA team that swept Christ School last year. So walk out and get another radar gun, reading on the young man.
Foul tip into the glove for strike one. That's fouled on the third base line. Fly ball foul over near first base. Does he have room? No, he does not. That falls in.
You're good. Stay through.
So I think he was lulling them with the changeup those last couple pitches, like 74, 76, and then that was an 80-mile-per-hour fastball. So sped his bat up a little bit, and then messing with the timing. Whew.
Yeah.
Hot boy.
Warm one. It's not even that warm. It's just we're sitting in the sun,
Yeah.
and the sun just beats down. If you're out and moving, today's a great day for baseball. There's a drive to center field. Will it hold up? It will for out number 3.
It's Will Walker out there on the track. They're trying. They got a runner to third base in the second and a runner to second there, but
well, I want to mention our third inning
with runners in
sponsor,
scoring position, it looks like.
American Legion Post 70, proud sponsor of Baseball University. Cardinal baseball program begins their games here in a couple weeks. We'll be playing over at West Henderson High School. Excited to get out there, and hopefully we'll wrangle up some sponsors. If you or a business you know wants to sponsor American Legion Post 70 coverage for Baseball University, please get in contact with us. We'd love to cover them like we've done this year with high school baseball. Keep up with some of the best in the mountains and the foothills.
I think they have evening games too, so we might not have to worry about the heat as much.
Oh, yeah.
New pitcher here looks like Tristan Hurley. I believe that's number 15, Tristan Hurley, sophomore. So he'll be coming in to face Will Ray, Will Walker, and Cade Grannon. Well, the summer is getting close. We got 1 week of baseball left here, a couple weeks of playoffs. For y'all that do want to play in college, especially in that 2026 class, y'all got to start thinking about coming out to Mars Hill on June 4th for our first prospect filming of the year. 27s definitely need to get you out there too. 28s, I'd rather it be more of an invitation. It's not a bad idea to come get a baseline video to see how you improve over the years. But again, June 4th, we're going to have coaches from Western, Mars Hill, Montreat, Concord, Milligan, Brevard, Cleveland, and Rockingham. So please don't miss it. We've been doing a great job with college placement and college advising, and we always make great films. So worked with a lot of Greenies and a lot of Lions over the last few years too.
Now batting for the Greenies, the first baseman, number 9, Will Ray.
There's Will Ray, hit a sky-high pop fly to the left fielder his first time up. Say Will and older brother Jack transfers from TC Robertson into the Greenie program this year. Older brother Jack had UCL surgery, still recovering. So again, Tristan Hurley after 2 innings by Neuenschwander. Say John gave up 3 runs, all earned. This is high. Swing and a miss. So Neuenschwander gave 6 hits, 1 walk, struck out 1 in his 2 innings of work. Still very manageable score. ACA is just going to have to stay strong here in the bottom part of the Greenies lineup and try to start picking away at that lead. So when your dad coached at North, did they schedule Christ School a couple times a year or just once?
There's a couple years I feel like we scheduled them maybe twice, if I'm not mistaken. But Coach Rice and Coach King earlier on, when Coach James was coaching over here, we came over here a lot. It felt like every year. It might have been every other year. I love coming over here. This was fun. It's in my bat boy days.
Say they just got their lights in 2023 as well.
Yeah.
It's ball 4. It's not the way you want to start the inning there.
Well, I haven't been here in a while, and I pulled up, and I was like, okay, how do I know where it is in relation to it? But I went the wrong way on the roads because the roads on this campus are kind of just a big roundabout, essentially. And so you got to take your first right when you pull in, and I didn't do that. because the last few times I've been over here, I've always told on the DoorDash orders I deliver to some of these Greenie students, meet at the clock tower, and I know exactly where to go to the clock tower.
Bell tower. Because I remember we
Clock
came.
tower.
Is it okay?
There's a clock
There's
out
some
there.
bell that I remember.
There's a bell too. Yeah.
We came home from some real late trips. Like I'm talking, like we're not getting home until 2 a.m. after big wins, and we would roll up and ring that bell. Be like, wake up everybody on campus.
But just some of the teachers here didn't like that because there are a handful of teachers who do live on campus.
Oh yeah, I think Coach King lives on campus. Coach, I'm blanking on his name. One of the other coaches I coached with here, he ended up taking another job. But he was like an RA. Oh, that
ball gets away into left field.
It's still banging around out there. Okay, so stolen base, and we'll say an E2 on the throw. So not the way you'd hope to start the inning. Again, you got 7, 8, 9 hitters here now, so you're just getting to that point of the game now where you don't want to keep giving up the run in exchange for the outs. 3-0's manageable, 4-0's manageable, but starting to creep away at that point if we have more offers from the Lions side. That's a big K right there. So strikeout of Will Walker with runners on.
Now batting for the Greenies, the third baseman, number 8, Cade Greenies.
So Cade Greenies, a lot more physical than he was a couple years ago. Transferred from Smoky Mountain. One of the prettier swings in the 26 class. Puts a lot of time into his hitting approach. Stays on plane really well. Tough guy to strike out. He's going to be a good college ball player, versatile, playing third base tonight. That ball gets away. Will Ray going to trot in for the 4th run of the game. So it's a pass ball. Unfortunate for the Lions. So Cade Greenies now with
no RBI chance anymore.
Takes the RBI chance away, but hey, it's all right. 4-0. So he changes his approach from trying to drive the runner on to trying to get on base. So Hurley going to the curveball early. Let's see if the Greenies can adjust here. So Greenies look good in the pinstripes. Good take. These up. 2-1 count, I believe.
I'm a huge fan of the ACA logo on the hat. I like the mountain look of it.
I like it when they break out the teal tops.
I don't think I've seen those, but I did see how they have those little stripes on their jerseys.
Ground ball. It's going to stay middle. Bounces up and over the second baseman Felix's glove. What do you think? Scoring. What's the scoring on that one there? You can be our scorekeeper.
Weird hop, like he's out there, but
backhanding.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll give him a single.
It's a high school single.
I had a couple of those the last few weeks. They're debatable. I think I noticed in that Polk game when I saw the box score, the Landon Millwood single, he hit really hard and it hit a bounce and flew over the shortstop's head. We gave him a single.
They did.
They gave him an error.
Wow.
So Noah Harden actually in his box line for Polk was 0 earned runs. We gave him 1 earned run. I felt Millwood hit it hard and it hits that bounce. I mean, I don't even think it hit the shortstop's glove. So Alderman up had a big old dinger there in the second inning.
It's one thing Coach King always said in high school. He's like, he'd be in the third base box and someone would have a wonky, iffy play, and he'd be like, give him a hit. Give him a hit. You boost the batting average. You give a guy confidence.
I mean, there's some, though. I mean, it goes through your legs. If it's a drop pop-up, we ain't doing that. There's got to be a conversation that makes sense there. Runner goes. Throw down, bang, bang. He is safe. So stolen base for Granning after his single. So Alderman with another RBI chance. Long hold by Hurley. Delivers. Swing at the curveball. Picked up by Caleb Smith, thrown across for out number 2. Holds the runner there at second as well. So nice play by the young man.
Now batting for your Greenies,
Caleb Smith there, the freshman at third.
Tutera.
So Henry Tutora doubled, scored a run in the first, grounded out to the pitcher sharply in the second. Swing and a miss at the off speed. So, I mean, Hurley's done a good job coming in and mixing speeds, mixing up the timing a little bit. Unfortunate leadoff walk, came around, scored on the pass ball. So good mix there, curveball, and then back to the heat, fouls it off the right side. Braves playing any better? I saw they had we were talking about the drama there with, was it Jared Kleinek not running it out?
Well, he just got sent to AAA.
Oh, well, maybe that's his ultimate punishment, I guess.
We signed Rosario, and there's a drive into the 5-6 hole. Runner around in third. Coach Kingscole send him. And he's in there as the ball gets by the catcher.
So good job by the Greenies taking extra bases on the throws today. So RBI single by Tutera. Goes all the way around, though. I guess we have to call that an E7 on the throw.
I don't know. That's fieldable.
I guess it just gets past the catcher.
Yeah, you can't expect him
just
to.
Goes to third on the throw.
Greenies, the pitcher, number 7, Aaron Gosnell.
So 2 runs in this inning. Will Ray scored on the pass ball. Cade Granning comes in on the RBI single by Tutera. Gosnell up. Hit a single, rocket single in the second, and then was pinch ran for by name, who ran into the second baseman on Jonathan Reese's ground ball. A good location there, kind of up and in under the hands. Say Greenies, they have the turf around the backside of the home plate circle, which then leads out to grass. Grass is looking pretty good there in the infield.
Feels looking great. They've done a lot of improvements around here the past couple of years.
Guys now working on a 1-for-2, 1-for-2 at the plate. And his third at bat here.
While you were here, did they ever tell you why they didn't have fences down the first and third base lines?
Nope.
There's some kind of polo
we
grounds.
Get a lot of lacrosse balls that find their way over here too.
Yeah. I got a handful when I was a kid over here.
Say lacrosse is a big sport here. I don't know if it's varsity in any other parts of Western North Carolina. They might have some club teams at the high schools, but lacrosse was huge in Maryland growing up. It was probably more popular than baseball, to be honest.
I'm shocked lacrosse hasn't taken off in the mountains. You'd think, like, I guess it's just another outdoor sport that they can't support, and public schools are more focused on the traditional sports. Have been around since the establishment.
Swing and a miss. Say base is not occupied, so you got to throw it down, and he does. So that's out number 3. 5-0 heading into the bottom of the 4th. Is that where we're at?
Want to thank our home team sponsor tonight, BH Granny Landscapes Incorporated, proudly sponsored
Top of the fourth.
in our travel and home team, locally or mountain grown, locally known, and celebrating 20 years of service across Asheville and West North Carolina. From athletic fields to outdoor living spaces, they build a reputation for quality landscape design, construction, and maintenance. Big thank you to BH Granny Landscapes Incorporated for helping shape the places we play, cheer, and grow on and off the field. I want to thank our away team sponsor, Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn. Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn is based out of Asheville, North Carolina, and is made with a simple goal: real ingredients, creative flavor that people love, and make it fun. The biggest part of Poppy is that they strive to make the world a better place by spreading joy and caring about others. They make their popcorn with love and intention, and because that's what it takes to succeed and to spread the positivity we seek. So what's the Poppy secret? Real people, real flavors, real love. We head to the top of the fourth. Fourth innings brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Andrew Casori over at Hauling Solutions and Grading. So got a call for anything you need. He came over and did estimate at my parents' house this past week that we could send off to FEMA to get some funding for our driveway because of Hurricane Helene damage. So get with him if there's any rock, dirt, topsoil, anything you need. He's got a call. He's got the dump trucks that are big and large or small enough for your job. You can do your job site, your home, anywhere. Business. Specializes in driveways, culvert replacement, bank erosion, ditch work, and he also does building pads and more. His phone number is 828-776-9377. Go ahead and give Andrew a call.
Leading off the top of the fourth for the
I
Lions.
was wandering around looking for a cup of water. Their concession stands are not open, so I might have to hit the gas station on the way home and get some rehydration. This is an interesting prospect here. Look how big he is. He's a freshman, right?
This guy's a freshman.
And his twin brother is the shortstop for ACA. It almost looks like he's stealing all the food.
Gotta save some for your
I mean, they're
brother.
both big athletes for freshmen, but man, this kid's just enormous.
Now, what if he's the younger brother?
Huh?
What if he's a younger twin? That'd be funny.
Like what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like I said, if he's boxing out the other twin for the snacks. So Gosnell pitching a good game. I think he's only given up the one hit. Oh, I appreciate you. So Gosnell bounces one. He's not happy with himself there. The Gosnell's pitching well, but I will say, and again, you might have the time on it, the game's not moving quick enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I want the pitchers to move quicker. It's ball 4. So leadoff walk. That is the 4 innings. The last 3 have had leadoff walks for Gosnell.
Batting for the Lions, shortstop number 1, Zach.
Good on his defense for keeping him from scoring.
Say he's been able to strand. He shut down the next 3 batters each time in the second and third. So we'll see how he handles the younger Norton brother. So yeah, just for your perspective, twin brother on first base, twin brother swinging. So Zachariah, the shortstop,
And a righty and a lefty.
Caleb Penner out to the bump to talk to his pitcher. Caleb, West Henderson grad or East Henderson?
West
We're debating
Henderson
this. So
grad.
West went to Milligan, then Bridgewater, I believe. I think that's where he finished up. Did some coaching and did some coaching for the Honeycrisp.
Played at the Honeycrisp. I think he coaching and know him from camps. I think he was just class of 19 or 20 or something. It was after me. It might have been even later on.
He's a good pick for the choice, or good choice for Coach King when he was picking a new pitching coach, because that's why I left. I told him straight up. I said the travel is brutal. Like I was, my kids were 9 and 10, 8 and 9 at the time. Just got done Gracie's heart surgery. We're getting ready for it. no one played us locally. That 2023 year where we were killing it, like go back and look at our schedule. No one locally. So it felt like college again, getting on these buses, staying in hotels, gas station food. Caleb's a young man. He can handle that a little bit better than I can. I was gaining the LBs and not getting good sleep and trying to start a business and raise a family. And as most baseball coaches will tell you, it's a hardship on the family sometimes.
I can tell you us younger folk can handle that, but I'm getting to the point where I am ready to not do that. I want to have a 9-to-5 in a office and do my work.
Be nice.
Economy's whack. Big pitch
Nice
there and a
play
back pick.
by Reese on the back pick. They call him safe, but it was a nice look there. So Reese got a strong arm. He can flash some sub-2 pops, usually right on that 2. His blocking and receiving has improved immensely over the last 2 seasons, I should say. It's going to be a good one for Coach Deaton. He's going to get a chance to go down there, and even if he's not the starting catcher freshman year, he's versatile enough to get innings around the infield, the outfield. Yes, sir. No, sir. Okay.
Where's that missing?
I thought he.
Is that high?
Either way, it's a big pitch. You got full count?
Yes, sir.
It's a big pitch here for guys now. Big pitch for the Lions if they're going to want to get back in this game. Runner goes on 3-2. Swing and a miss. Throw down by Reese is high.
I'm just going to go discuss and see if there's batter's interference.
So it's definitely strike 3. But again, did he leak out over the plate there to obstruct Reese's throw? No call. So stolen base for Norton at second. So Zachariah strikes out while brother Christian steals second. 1 out.
Coach King got to argue.
Say this is the 3rd inning in a row that the Lions have been able to get their leadoff hitter to second base or further, to no avail yet. Doing all right? Hey, thank you again for sponsoring today. We appreciate you.
We straightened out the weather for you, too. Did you notice that?
Well, it's almost too good today because one thing we've been talking about is it's been getting hot, and then the iPad and the computer will start to overheat. So I think our next investment is to get a little tent.
I heard that. Yeah, that's nice, man. Jeff said you were complaining about that on the broadcast.
I was gonna say Jonathan's dad brought me this guy, but I could probably go back in the dugout now. I didn't put my mouth on that. So I had the Gatorade squeezy bottles. So, but yeah, man, we'll catch up soon. I've been talking to your wife a little bit about Cade and those Western PA engineering schools. Y'all from that area, right?
My mom's family is. Yeah, we go to Pittsburgh pretty regular.
We're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
We're gonna be all right.
Sounds great.
Yep,
Man.
we'll talk soon. What you got here? Ground ball at the middle. Uh-oh. So Alderman not able to haul it in. Everyone's safe. That one might be an E. No, you say hit too soft at the middle.
No. Hit too soft. The pitcher had no chance to get it. Second base had no chance to get the runner.
So infield single for Moore. Norton over the 3rd. This is your big moment here, ACA Lions. So this is where you got to really get fueled up by this rivalry. You know what I mean? Like want to win, right? Want to beat the Greenies. You're down 5-0. You look at these past couple years, you look at that rivalry. You know those upperclassmen that have already done graduated, moved on, they would be proud of you to get a phone call or a text tonight hearing that you upset them. And then for the Greenies, again, like they need to want to win this just as bad. I feel like sometimes, just from what I've noticed in the past few years, ACA always wants this game a little more, it seems. Like you were saying, the Greenies have the overall win-loss advantage over the last, almost 10 years, 2018, so more than that, yeah.
No, 2008, 20 to 15 over 2008. So
how many years?
17 years.
Jeez.
20 to 15.
We never had any max prep stuff when I was younger.
I wish they'd be able to go back and schools would update it, but
we had the Carroll County Times. That was our newspaper up in Maryland, and every week they would put the stats out. Put all the write-ups of the games. I guess the same way the Citizen Times does now. Do they have a hard copy paper, or is it all electronic now?
They have a hard copy, but I don't know who buys it. The coverage of West North Carolina high school athletics has tremendously gone downhill over the last few years.
Ooh. Who's your top content people, you think?
Like currently or all the time? Because currently...
Oh, is that off the end of the bat enough?
That could fall in.
It does.
It does fall in.
Oh, they're going to safe at second. They almost had a chance to pick up the out there on the force. But it's going to be a base hit RBI single for Donovan Felix. Scores Norton. And that's Moore that heads up to second base.
Now batting for the Lions, the center fielder, number 7, Nate Hornstra.
Got a little bit of a ball game now. You want this? Here, take one of these waters. You sure?
Yeah. You'll be down with that first one in about 2 minutes. Wearing that half-cut sweatshirt, Bill Belichick.
Yeah, right. Oh, I love it. Speaking of awkward.
Yeah, did anyone watch 60 Minutes? Or no, Sunday Morning.
Yeah.
Sunday Morning, and CBS was on a roll yesterday.
Good Lord. Nate Hornstra, younger brother of Chip Hornstra. Saw him walking into the dugout earlier today. Thought it was Chip. Looks just like his brother. Probably a little skinnier, a little shorter. I think Nate's a sophomore. Swings and puts one up in the left center. It's going to carry a little bit. Walker gets it, throws it in, and not in time to get Moore at third. So nice job by Moore to take the extra bag.
They didn't even appeal right.
So first and third with 2 down.
Now batting for the Lions.
Now, going back to your comment about who's the best I do. Like, Dean has been through and through West North Carolina, and since Gannett bought out the Harrisonville Times-News, and now they're kind of partnered in with the Asheville Citizen-Times. He's just a jack-of-all-trades reporter, but when he was mainly focused on sports in the Harrison County area, it was good to see because he covered usually the 4 Harrison County schools, Brevard and Rosman.
Runner goes. Reese is going to try to throw through.
Safe.
Oh, no tag made, though, so stolen base for Felix.
He's one of the best.
Yeah, I remember him. BRN Dean. That was his Twitter handle, I think. Blue Ridge News.
Joe Millwood back in the day.
I like Womack. I think he does a good
Chris
job.
Chris Womack's doing a great job. WLOS has kept it up as best they can, but, lack of funding keeps them from sending guys out to more than 1 or 2 sports a night.
And then what is it, the WNC Huddle or whatever, or Asheville Times Huddle? It's kind of like their sports Twitter page.
Yeah, it's the Asheville Citizen Times, their version of their high school sports coverage.
They never retag me or repost my stuff.
It's gone downhill, man. It used to be good. There used to be a guy there who, back in 2016 through 2018, I forgot what his name was. I think it was.
I mean, I see a few people coming up on the thread. Strike 3, big K there. Backwards K for Gosnell. So ACA is able to strike a little iron there. They got 1 in. So was it 5-1 heading into the bottom of the 4th?
4th inning sponsors, Hauling Solutions and Grading. Andrew Casoria, owner of Hauling Solutions and Grading, is the guy to call for any kind of gravel, dirt, rock, topsoil, and more delivered to your home, business, or job site. Hauling Solutions and Grading has dump trucks large and or small enough to fit your needs. You also want to give them a call for any kind of grading needs such as driveways, culvert replacements, bank erosion, ditch work, building pads, and more. Andrew and his great team will take care of you. Call or text 828-776-9377 for a quote today and let Hauling Solutions and Grading be your solution. Yeah, trying to enter the content sphere is tough because you just got to build your connections up, build your following up. You got to want to have it. You got to have a drive. I have a couple friends who run some high-level content pages on Instagram and Twitter for college football. So seeing how that aspect works on the national scheme of things and how they're getting in contact with their people and getting just info out there, a lot different than
Posted new power rankings today. Man, what a lot of work that is. I think that sponsorship has gone a long way, so thank you to Ion Outdoors for continuing to sponsor that, because it does take some work. I mean, I look forward to it.
That takes me a lot of work.
Yeah, it takes you a lot, but it's still just like that whole like Sunday night, like, I got to grind and figure this out. I wish the coaches, I send a rough draft out to the high school coaches every Sunday night and tell them, like, hey, complain, argue. Like,
no one does.
I mean, I get some fans that chime in. Like, some people don't like East Rutherford at number 1 right now, which, like, I totally understand. Like, TC is
Leading off the bottom of the
probably your best team, but East Rutherford's had some good wins, and they're undefeated. Like, that East Lincoln win was good last week. But the Mountains are just kind of down this year. After that top 5, it's, you know, Reynolds been playing better. They're up to 6 now. Drone, you know, they got a big game tomorrow against Mountain Heritage. North and Pisgah beat up on each other, and I slid North Buncombe in at 10 just because they beat North 2 weeks ago. They got Brady Ray back, so I mean that's a factor. In the Foothills, I still got Burns at 1. Someone could argue that South Caldwell should get it. Crest at 3, North Iredale. Big shake up with Lincoln Charter dropping one to, what was it, Christ the King?
Yeah.
Drive, left field, over Norton's head, off the wall on a bounce. Reese is going to motor into second for a stand-up double. So 2 for 3 day for Jonathan Reese so far. Good way to start the 4th.
Yeah, I had South Caldwell over Burns personally, and the one I sent you.
It's a good argument. I just think Burns has had the tougher schedule. It was hard to get a read on South Caldwell's spring break tournament. One game that we're really intrigued by is the whole Northwestern Championship this week. Maybe Alexander Central and South Caldwell, but they got to get through the bracket first. I wish – wild pitch. So Sawyer King going to move up on the wild pitch. I wish more of the conferences – what I would like to see is extend the regular season by 2 weeks. One of those weeks be a conference tournament. You know,
yeah, and play 30 games.
Yep.
Play 30. In Georgia, they played, I think they have 30 regular season games as infill comes in here for the Lions.
Get a couple radar readings on the young man, Hurley.
No, we've been talking about this a lot where we're looking at other states and see how many games they're playing. If there's a ball driven to right field, runner will tag. Coming in, plate to plate. Safe, standing up. That's a sac fly for...
That was Corbin Spilliards. So Jonathan Reese, Sawyer King, the courtesy runner, coming in on that.
Now batting
I'll
for
make
your
it
Greenies,
6-1 Greenies
number 13,
here in the bottom of the 4th. Slower start than the first game. The Greenies scored 20. The Lions. But other states around us, like South Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, they all have more games. Now, granted, some of those seasons can start earlier down south, with Georgia and South Carolina starting 2 weeks before North Carolina starts. There's a ball, 1-1 count. But the Georgia high school playoffs started 2 weeks earlier, and they're already in their playoffs right now. And they played 30 games. So it's interesting to see why the High School Athletic Association insists on only playing 24 contests. Now, if teams like the Northwestern 3A, 4A, there's another foul ball, 1-2 count. Northwestern 3A, 4A, the CVAC 2A, just to name a few. And I know there's a handful of 3A and 4A conferences in the Charlotte area who have conference tournaments. Those do not count at the varsity level to the 24-game limit. So you will see some of those schools going into the playoffs with 25, 26, 27 games on their resume. And that helps their RPI a little bit if they can get a few more wins.
Hurley's sitting 77 steady on the fastball, high sixes for his curveball. Not bad for a sophomore. I mean, he's got good poise. I like how he goes straight from the stretch, simplifying everything. So I always like to point to Jack Barrett. Ground ball short here. Zachariah across. But Jack Barrett was a high sevens guy in high school and just worked and liked pitching, moved fast, filled it up, became a low eights guy. He's getting meaningful innings up at Geneva this season.
Now batting for your Greenies, the first baseman, number 9, Will Ray.
So 2 outs, 6-1. So ACA gained a run and lost it pretty quick there. So they're going to need to put up a crooked number here soon if they're going to want to catch up to the Christ School Greenies. Will Ray is 0 for 1, was walked in the third, came around to score. Line drive, foul. How you liking your camera angles today?
I'm not a huge fan of the lower one right here, but I like that when you want to see plays at the plate and whatnot.
Gotcha.
It's just hard to see left field. That might be one where we get the 5th one and we put above that. But I do like it at state or.
By the time we get to next year, we're gonna have like 15 cameras. But I was thinking
You can do
today again. Might have a lead on an intern, Eli Ash, former Pisgah ball player. Talked to him the other day. Supposed to call him on Thursday, but then all that craziness happened with scheduling RS in Hendersonville, so I still got to catch up with him. He's probably going to be helping more on the marketing side, social media stuff. But I'll tell you what we need for next year is really to find someone that's into production and can just take the switcher the whole game. You know, like I watch Hunter try to get his commentating in and manage things while still switching around to different camera angles. That ball is back, and just out. But yeah, if you had somebody just to free up all our hands a little bit, they could sit there and just solely focus on camera angles and what they feel should be, it's essentially just be the director. That would really help with information flow and content and, just game day production value. Hurley here, looking for that 3rd out. Just misses outside. I say ACA is, it's like they're holding back the dam. You know what I mean? It's like you can tell that Christ School's probably got a little bit more depth, a little bit more tools, talent. ACA playing very good, conservative baseball, trying to get their outs. But they're just, Christ School just seems to be chipping away, 2 an inning, 1 an inning. And I worry that if they break through just a little bit more, it's going to be too much flow.
Just notice this when Peg came over to get the pass ball right there. As there's a walk, he's calling pitches traditionally, no pitch comm.
I never worked with a pitch comm.
I know Christ School has a pitch comm. They had to change the battery. Coach Pender did, but Coach Peg was doing the nose, the ear, the mouth, the chin. I like that. I like the traditional aspect. I know the pitch comm's easy, but
we would have a system where the touches would change, or what you were trying to count certain touches, but it would change depending on what the out was. So, like if there's no outs, it might be I'm touching the forehead. It might be the nose with 1 out. Touches are usually locate. Like there was one year where I went a whole year of like, it was nonsense. Like everything I was touching was just nonsense, and it was where I was resting my hand on my knee. You know, so if I was up here doing all this stuff, if my hand was open, closed, a fist, like just that's what the pitcher would be looking for pitch call. Runner goes, throws high, gives the catch. I would say it gives it. Say the high throw gave the catcher Hannah a good opportunity to get rid of the ball quick. It looked like he might have had him down there. We might look at the replay here in a second. Stolen base for Ray. That's his second one. Say Will Walker, 0 for 1 with the 2 of the 3 true outcomes. He's got a walk and a K. Ball gets past the catcher. That's going to send Ray down to third on the wild pitch.
Got this, Tristan. Go 1-5. Hey, you still in this? Let's go. Okay, let's go, baby. One at a time, one at a time.
So Hurley and the Lions need only one more out here, trying to limit the damage to the one. Sac fly, RBI by Spilliards is the scoring for the inning. So check the scores around the league. Say this is an early starting game today, so we might not have a bunch going yet.
Well, team we're seeing tomorrow won their first of a doubleheader today. The Murphy Bulldogs defeated Hiawassee Dam 7-3, and they actually are playing them again in a doubleheader today. And then they got Hastel twice. So I don't know how they managed to pull a four-game schedule not on Saturday. I think that's technically against High School Athletic Association rules unless they get it approved. So I assume they got approved due to weather. There's a ball driven to deep left center.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's going to hit the fence on a bounce.
The one hopper to the wall.
Will Walker absolutely motoring all the way to third base. Didn't stop at all the entire time. So it's going to be an RBI triple for Will Walker. Will knocking in the other Will Ray. So there's that speed, folks, with Will Walker. He's an athlete. He's got a lot of tools. I think he's a guy that JUCOs would want to jump on.
The third baseman, number 8, Cade Greenies.
Yeah, handful of games.
So I've been looking at your 4A projections, trying to learn a few of those schools. We're going to cover a few more of them next year, even though they're not 4A anymore. You're getting into your 6, 7, 8 stuff. But Cox Mill and Lake Norman playing. Lake Norman will be a team we're covering next year. South Iredell playing A.L. Brown.
Lake Norman is probably firmly in the playoffs, I'd say. Cox Mill is.
They're on the edge, but they're better than their record.
They're on the outside looking in. They on the first 4 out.
Mooresville playing West Cabarrus.
Mooresville, that's a big game for them because they need to finish first in their conference, and they haven't solidified the number 1 seed yet.
So Cade Grannon here trying to knock in an extra insurance run. Again, Cade, engineering student of the future. Bermuda Triangle down there. See if someone can make a run. That ball's foul. Say Cade got some ties to Western PA, Pittsburgh area. Parents are very supportive of what we do. There are sponsors tonight, too. The Granning Landscaping for travel and home team sponsor. And Poppies, our away team sponsor for the Asheville Christian Lions, with our Asheville mixed popcorn sitting here on the table. I'm tempted to eat it because didn't realize the concession stand wasn't going to be open. We'll see. Sort of want to throw it at the player of the game, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do a little free advertisement, open it up, put it on camera, describe how good it tastes. It's a good job by Gran here working the count. So Hurley's innings gotten a lot longer than he had hoped after the sac fly RBI. I was going to say Reese reached on the double. Spilliards knocked him in with the sac fly. Robichaud grounded out. But then the walk to Ray, the triple to Walker. What's our count now for Granning?
I got 3-1.
3-1. So Granning, very good on-plane swing. Uh-oh, they're going to throw it away, and this is the second time that Cade Granning has lost an RBI opportunity to a errant throw or a wild pitch. In this case, it's an E1. And now it's starting to creep away from ACA a little bit here. That makes the score, is that 8-1?
8-1.
Say Coach Peg coming out, talk to Hurley here, calm him down for a bit. Say, could have been 6-1 if they were able to knuckle down there after that second out. But the Greenies able to tack on 2 more. So looking a little sloppy here at the end of the 4th inning. Granning takes ball 4. So Granning working on a 1-for-2 day with the walk. Stole base and scored a run. He goes down to first.
The second baseman, number 3.
Wells Alderman started the scoring in the second inning, or excuse me, tacked on a 3rd run in the second inning with a leadoff home run. Say Hurley struggling with the control a bit here. Flash good curveball, again, 77 steady on the fastball. He can be a guy, sophomore, if he works hard, adds 5-6 miles per hour, then he's a mid-8s guy. Swing, ground ball, foul. Yeah, epic salad bar up here at this cafeteria, by the way. So I was going to say if it works out, maybe we'll go grab a dinner. So Greenies starting the drum roll in the dugout. Hurley misses high. Say I'm still a little shocked at the Limestone closing. I hate to think that it would be like a domino effect and we start to see some of our private schools.
They said they raised some money, so I don't know how that's going about right now. It's a pass ball, gets away.
A couple years ago, you might have remembered Catawba Valley out of nowhere just said, "Hey, we're ending sport, we're ending baseball," and everybody rallied and raised the money, and Catawba Valley's been strong since. Limestone has a good history; they've been around a long time, but been trying to help some of those players find their next spot.
Oh, here's a big game today. Burns at Cherryville's about to start.
Ooh, man, that would have been a good one to see as well.
St. Stephen's or West Iredale as well. Just got those updates.
See, the tournament looks like it's starting in the Northwestern with Freedom and Hybrid. And you got East Lincoln with Statesville. We'll probably take care of business there. Kings Mountain, South Point, which the Kings Mountain upset South Point the other week. Wasn't that a?
They did.
Ashe County's playing with Tauga in the opening round of the Northwestern tournament. McDowell and Irwin play in the MAC today. St. Stephen's will be playing West Iredale at 7. Hickory's got North Lincoln. That'll be a good one, both 13 and 8.
It's a big one for North Lincoln. North Lincoln still got a shot against North Iredale in the Western Foothills 3A Conference to take that number 1 seed away for the Knights.
Shelby, I think, traveled up to Hendersonville today for an out-of-conference. RS plays Brevard.
We were talking about that last night. The Mountain Foothills 7 2A side, Polk's pretty much setting theirs. They're getting a 1A spot as long as they finish in the I think it's above 500, but they're looking fine. But the 2A side, because of the leapfrog provision, you could see a lot of mess with Chase, Brevard, RS, and Hendersonville. However, though, the 2A conference champs are essentially all decided. The top, I believe it's 9. Yeah, the top 10 seeds have already been set. You might see a little bit of movement, but I highly doubt it. And then Madison, as long as they finish 3rd or above 500, they will be the 11th seed. But I don't think they have a shot to finish above 500. They'd have to win 3 games, so I don't think they have 3 games left on their schedule.
Well, tough task here for Gio Yamas. Gio, the Geneva College commit, coming in relief with runners at first and second with 2 out. Gio, crafty lefty, throws about 3-4 pitches, good attitude, great clubhouse guy. Works hard on his stuff, trying to add velo to his game. Fills it up pretty good, though. All he's got to do here is get one more out and try to give the Lions a chance here in the top of the 5th to see if they can build on last inning's scoring. Good job there keeping Tutera off balance. It's probably going to be Gio's MO the first year up at school as he's working on his craft, is being that situational lefty, coming in and keeping people off balance. You know, if they have like a Friday night guy that goes 6 or 7 at mid-8s, high 8s, Gio can come in and probably get through the lineup one time. He's also a guy that, ooh, come on, nope, no play is going to be made. So it's going to be E6. So got the ground ball they needed, but error by Norton at shortstop is going to keep extending the inning here. So bases loaded for Garen Gosnell.
Now batting for your Greenies.
Or G, as many know him.
7, Garen Gosnell.
Yeah, I don't know how the NCISA does their playoffs. If it's
They have double buys and buys and double buys.
So how do you qualify? You know how you qualify?
We had a double buy in 23 because we finished, you know, they have their rankings.
They have their own RPI, I guess.
4A, 3A. Gosnell hits one to second base. Is this it? It is. It's the final out of the inning. So they bat around.
Well, thanks to these playoff projections, want to help support us on the Patreon. You can see playoff projections. You can see what do you call this? Condensed games.
Condensed games, yeah.
Condensed
so basically
games.
the highlights, the main plays of the – I tried to do it where I'm basically cutting the top plays, but also trying to get our calls, like our best calls, which some aren't great.
Yeah, we got a lot to improve there. But, yeah, go check out the Patreon. The website's on your screen. We appreciate you guys. And make sure to stay connected to us across all our social medias. We're going to try to throw, I think, some playoff projections and some BBU Plus stuff up on there. I've been lackadaisical with it, been busy just trying to get it all just in the database. So
today's going to be a busy week, too. Tomorrow we got to get up early and start the long 2.5-hour drive up to Hayesville. Talked to Coach Sellers today. I think they're excited to have us. We got some sponsors set up.
Well, we're in the 5th. 5th inning's brought to you by Nova Pitching Performance. I saw Coach Payne retweeted one of the posts earlier, so excited to talk about him and what he does. Worked with several Western North Carolina pitchers and uses biomechanics, data, and analytics. So my expertise, would love to get into that side of things, the biomechanical side. Maybe go talk to him, see what he does.
I mean, he's worked with some good ball players. Carter Burnett is up at Western Carolina right now. He had never pitched until his senior year, and now he's getting some starts his freshman year at Western, throwing in the low to mid-9s, and he, I think, might have a start coming up against Georgia Tech soon. So that'd be fun for the young freshman. So new pitcher here. This is Wells Alderman in to pitch. So the day is done for Garen Gosnell. We'll go ahead and tally his line real quick. So Gosnell works 4, gives up 1 earned run. Yes. On how many hits? That's the thing. Gosnell did not give up a ton of hits here. So we got 1, 2, 3 total hits. So 1 earned run
Leading
on
off the
3
top of the 10th
hits.
for the Lions. Number 12, John Neuenschwander.
And 3 walks. So 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, 1 earned run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks. John Neuenschwander rips one to center, but right at Will Walker out there. So John, very good left-handed hitter with some bad luck there, 0 for 3 on the day.
Now batting for the Lions, the third baseman, number 5, Caleb Smith.
Yeah, it's a pretty good line there for Gosnell, 3-4. So Caleb Smith here, freshman. Again, another name that Coach Pegg told me to look out for. A lot of good young players on this team getting their licks early. The record shows, one, a lot of room to improve with the youth, but 2, also it's been a tough year after Helene not having a lot of practice time, not having a home field. Hadn't had a chance to play as many games as some of the other Western North Carolina teams. But this will be a team that'll come back strong the next couple years. Hopefully that field gets rebuilt. So if you're listening and you got any good ideas for grants or boosters, definitely keep ACA in mind. Say state game tryouts. I think the final state game tryout is this Saturday at Tuscola High School. So for you underclassmen out there that are trying to play in college, you think that you're one of the top 20 players in Region 8 in those 26, 27 classes, make sure you get out to state game tryouts. I wonder how they get the information out to the kids about state games, because I talked to Aiden Burlett last night, and he's good. He was that pitcher, the left-handed hitter for Hendersonville that went like 3 for 3. He's a good ball player, and he had no idea he didn't even know what state games was, and I had to tell him, and hopefully he's going to the tryout Saturday because I think he could probably make it.
That's crazy.
Ground out there by Smith. Was that
5-3?
5-3? Okay. So that's Cade Grannon over there at third base with the pickup.
Batting for the Lions, number 0, Edson Reinhardt.
So 2 quick outs here for Wells Alderman. He's going to bring Edison Reinhardt back up, 0 for 2. So looking through that box score right now, Neuenschwander 0 for 3. Smith he's 1 for 3. Reinhardt 0 for 2. Norton 0 for 1. Norton 0 for 1. Moore 1 for 2. Felix 1 for 2. Hornstra 0 for 2. Patterson 0 for 1. So these Lions they got to start trying to string some hits together here. So they got the lefty out of the game. Gosnell going his 4. Coach probably just preserving the pitch count. So you don't see that much. Batter throws it back to the pitcher. I was thinking about this the other day too. We've been doing the Poppy's Player of the Week. We have our CamWood Bats Player of the Game. I was wondering if we shouldn't do some sort of coaches poll postseason awards. And again, how would we structure that?
All mountain and all foothill teams, and you could potentially have
we could do all mountain teams. But I was thinking too, just Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Pitcher of the Year.
Do that.
Gold Glove.
Yeah.
Just kind of see the coaches saw out there. We could do a nomination process, an initial vote, and then get it down to the top 3 and do a final vote or something. Just comes down to participation. A lot of coaches, when we did the nice pitch by Alderman there, strike 3, 1, 2, 3 innings, retires the side. But yeah, we did the coaches poll. We got participation from every single coach except for, I think, one in the foothills and one in the mountains.
Or in the fifth team brought to you by Nova Pitching Performance. Youth, high school, and college pitchers, you're trying to make the next step in your player development. Nova Pitching Performance is directed by Anthony Payne. Coach Payne has worked with several WNC pitchers in the last few seasons and helped them make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance. By infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics, Coach Payne is trying to help pitchers get the most out of their potential. If you're looking to make strides in your pitching performance, get with Coach Payne at Nova Pitching Performance ASAP. He offers in-house and remote training options for high school and college level athletes. Nova Pitching Performance, new school data, old school grit.
Well, some interesting cases for player of the game right now. Alderman with the home run, 1 for 2. Just pitched a clean inning there. Jonathan Reese, 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Spilliards, 2 for 2 with a sac fly RBI, 2 RBIs total. So we'll see how things wrap up here. Score sits at 8-1. Is that where we're at? 8-1.
Yeah.
Yep. So Gio Yamas back out for the fifth. He faced 2 batters in the fourth. It was a E6 and a ground out to the second baseman to finally finish off that inning. He's going to face Reese, Spilliards, and Robichaud here in the fifth. I say Gio, I've known Gio for a while, since middle school, started originally at Irwin. Was just looking for a better school environment for what he was trying to do, Christian environment. Wanted an extra year to reclass and work on his physicality. He's had a lot of good mentors. We mentioned Chip and Seth Coxey and Chase James and Jack Barrett and Leighton McMahon. Like, those kids all got along really, really well together. So pop up to the third baseman there for the first out. So nice job by Yamas to retire the first one. Looks like he was going to have to take it himself there for a second before Smith came down and called him off. There's Corbin Spilliards back up there right-handed. So had a RBI double in the first, single and a stolen base in the second, and then the sac fly RBI in the fourth. Nice pitch, just a bit low. Say Gio, when I had him in for the Eddyville Yellow Jackets, he played for our Yellow Jackets team back in the day. He was struggling. He was throwing like 15 different types of pitches. He's like, I got a cutter, I got a slider, I got this and that. And I made him go out and do a start where it's like, you're not throwing anything but fastballs until I tell you not to. And he pitched the whole game fastballs and won. And we really just worked on breathing and finding the zone. And he started to realize that, like, none of those off-speed pitches are going to do a flip for him until he establishes fastball location. And that's his game, is trying to establish fastball and then start trying to get you off balance with some of the off-speed. So another base hit by Spilliards there. Spilliards got a 3 for 3 day right now. Patty Robichaud with the Dance vibes here in the fifth inning. See Patty, one of the funnier guys you can find in the dugout. Always enjoy talking pitching with him. Say him and Gosnell and Tutera and some of these young guys are going to be here for a while. Oh, that ball gets lost out there. So Spilliards gets turned around. Is there going to be a play at third? No. So I don't know if you got the camera angles on that, but Spilliards took off as if it was a clean hit. Kind of realized that, hey, wait, there's only one out here. Ball still turns around. Reinhardt out there. What's your call? Base hit, or is that an E9?
No, I think it's a hit.
Say it kind of spun him around out there as he went towards the line.
Your first baseman,
I guess we're going to give Robichaud a double. Not your most conventional double. So again, not a bad pitch there. Fly ball to right field that just turned around Reinhardt. So now Spilliard's out there at third, Robichaud at second. And I think my phone just went dead, which that's okay. No biggie. So I'll plug back in here so I don't miss nothing. So Will Ray up for a fourth time. He is 0 for 1, 2 walks, 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. Swing there, right to the shortstop, and we got ball pops out of the glove. So LO6 line drive. Thought he was going to touch Robichaud there for the second out. What do we learn, kids? When you tag a base runner,
2 hands.
both hands. You grip that glove with both hands, and
went back to second.
And this is what I actually used to teach those middle schoolers. If you remember, is you push them. Like you actually, like when you make that tag, like you're going to forcefully push through it so that umpire sees that contact.
What would have been better is him to run back to second, try to dive back at second base and beat him back to second and try to tag him there.
We had the tag. You just got to keep it in the glove. So still second and third here, 2 outs. Yamas with a chance to escape after the ball found the leather of Zachariah Norton there at short. Will Walker hit a triple last inning where you really see him showcasing the speed. He did not stop the entire time on that triple. And that kid just absolutely flies. So, again, talked to Wesley King a few weeks ago, said Will is interested in playing college. He is a senior. I know options are limited right now. But, yep, junior colleges, small schools, anyone out there who feels they're really good at helping raw athletes tone it in. So Will Walker cannot check his swing there, and Gio Yamas works out of a jam.
Well, I want to thank our broadcast sponsor, CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, but serving baseball and softball players across the nation. Go get your game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more, all available for purchase at www.camwoodbats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. And I want to thank our travel sponsor this evening, BH Granning Landscapes Incorporated, helping Baseball University with the travel expenses we encounter throughout the spring, including gas, food, and in some cases, lodging. Appreciate them for being our travel sponsor. Head to the sixth inning, brought to you by House of Power over in Mills River, ran by Sheldon Reed. House of Power is a baseball and softball facility located in, I already said that, Mills River. But they're doing a lot of good work over there. Sheldon's a great guy. Have one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, catching, strength and conditioning, cage rentals, you name it. They've got it all.
Well, Yamas comes in and does a good job. Inning and a third scoreless. Took over for Hurley. Hurley went 2 innings, gave up 5 runs. I don't think they were all earned. I'd have to go back and look at the game changer. But the 4 walks really got him. So 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 walks, 2 Ks. And then Yamas here with an inning and a third scoreless.
We forgot the gritty pitch.
I think that one right there where he struck out Walker was pretty dang good. Let's see. I think the K of Reinhardt at the end of the 5th by Wells Alderman was a statement pitch as well. And then probably maybe the final out of the 4th inning. Garen Gosnell G strikes out Patterson to end that little rally in the 4th. So we'll say Garen Gosnell in the 4th inning striking out Patterson to end the only rally for ACA of the game. House of Power right now as it stands probably going to be Wells Alderman's home run.
Unless the twin here takes one to right field, 310 down the line.
Looks like he could fit in just fine in the House of Power. So 6th inning. It was a quick 5th, 1, 2, 3 for Alderman. We got a new pitcher here in the 6th inning. This is number 17, Cam Walker. So I'm going to get some deal on Cam. I know he can be a low 8s guy.
Big hover to short. grabs gun, throws for the first out of the 6th.
So 90 on the exit velo there.
Now batting for the Lions, the shortstop, number 1, Zach Norton.
Zechariah Norton, a freshman, following his brother. Grounds this to the second baseman, and he retires him for out number 2.
Is Cam Walker coming with some heat? 85, 86 on the radar gun. 85, 86. So 2 ground ball outs. These 5th and 6th innings are going quick for the Greenie pitchers.
Number 13, Josh Moore.
So good velo here by Cam Walker, the sophomore, 85, 86 early. So he's gotten some innings here for Coach King when you look at the box scores. He's been an important pitcher for the Greenies. Trying to shut down ACA here in the 6 on 1, 2, 3. Long look in. Finally gets his sign from Reese. Swing, fly ball. Will Walker's got a beat on it. And that's out number 3. So 2 straight 1, 2, 3 innings for the Greenies. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th.
6 innings brought to you by House of Power. Are you looking to take your game to the next level? House of Power is a baseball/softball facility located in Mills River, North Carolina. If you're a baseball or softball player in the West North Carolina area who wants to improve their skills and train like the best, check them out. House of Power was founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed. They offer one-on-one lessons for hitting, pitching, catching, strength and conditioning programs to develop explosive power. Facility memberships you can train on your own schedule, and cage rentals for individuals and teams. Conveniently located in Mills River, North Carolina. Check them out online at hophendersonville.com to learn more. That is hophendersonville.com. As part of our partnership, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC to receive 25% discount on your first lesson. Thank you to Sheldon Reed and House of Power for being the 6th inning sponsor, as well as the House of Power big swing of the game.
So definitely appreciate all our sponsors. Again, big shout out to Granning Landscaping and Poppies for being our game day sponsors. Granning is going to be one of our sponsors for Murphy Hayesville tomorrow too. They're going to be our travel sponsor. They do work all around Western North Carolina, so much appreciated to them. Gio Yamas out for the 6th, came in on the 4th, was able to help the Lions escape that jam through a scoreless 5th. Comes back out for the 6th. He's going to face Cade Granning, Wells Alderman before rolling back to the top with Henry Tutera. Well, my Orioles still stink. A lot of drama in O's Birdland right now. I'll tell you, I think the big conversation point that comes from that is like, how important is data, right? I like it. I love studying it. I think there's things you can learn, but when you get too data driven, I think you get away from the human aspect of pitching, hitting, just the game of baseball in general. And I think that's what you're seeing with the Orioles a little bit, is like a team that went so in on data for not only the players they acquire, but the decisions they make day to day and their lineups and their situational play. And it's, I think it can be frustrating as a player who just wants to go play sometimes and let that talent thrive. So we'll see if they can turn it around. So Gio Yamas starts off the 6th inning or the bottom of the 6th with a strike. So Cade Grannon up for a 3rd time, 1 for 2. He walked in the 4th, hit a single in the 3rd, came around, score a run, and flew out to right field in the 1st. Slow roll here to Smith over 3rd, throws a crossing, a bounce, a nice pick by Moore at first base to retire Granning. Bring Alderman to the plate. Alderman has hit a home run, grounded out, and walked.
Batting for your Greenies, the former pitcher, second baseman, number 3, Wells Alderman.
Say Wells resides originally from Fayetteville. That's my birthplace, Fayetteville. enjoyed working with him when he came in that 23 year. Ended up being our number 2 pitcher behind Charlie Collins, having a really good season. Gio Yamas throws one about 59 feet there on the fastball. It's cooled down a little bit. I think the tech is...
Tech's good. Shout out to that one tree behind us that gave us some shade before the sun went below the... Not fully below the horizon, but you can see the shadows creeping in on the third base line as there's a strike. West North Carolina weather, man. Gotta love it. We're in a temperate rainforest, and last week we deal with weather cancellations. There's a ball driven to deep center. That's off the wall.
Oh, stutter steps and goes late, but he's going to make it in for a triple. So hits the second ball, or hits one over the wall earlier in the game, hits this one off the wall. Be the first base runner of the inning. Henry Tutera up now. So interesting ball game here for Wells Alderman. He's done a little bit of everything. Pitched a scoreless inning, hit a home run, got a triple, taking a walk. So Henry Tutera up for a 5th time. Henry 2 for 4 with a double and a single. Got an RBI in the night. Oh. So foul ball down that right side is not able to haul it in down there is more. So that play is always easier for the second baseman coming across. So a ground ball out and a triple. There's a fly ball. It's going to hold up there for Neuenschwander. Wells is going to tag. But Neuenschwander with a great throw in to hold him, so no damage done. Say, Gio Yamas done a good job of messing with the Lions' timing in between giving up 100-mile-per-hour line drives. So that was like the theme last inning, too. But that's what happens when you fill it up and you don't walk guys. You know what I mean? Like, you can get away with giving up a solo home run, get away with a hard contact, but there's not a lot of free passes in between. So Garen Gosnell up for his 5th at bat. He's 1 for 4. Oh, excuse me, swing. Yamas off the mound. Picks it up, throws over, and that is the 3rd out. What a good recovery by Yamas.
I want to thank our home team sponsor, again, BH Grand Landscapes, sponsoring the time at Baseball University. Put towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing, posting highlights for the Christ School Greenies prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. I want to thank our away team sponsor, Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn, sponsoring the time at Baseball University. Put towards marketing this game to coaches pregame and editing, posting highlights for the ACA Lion prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media for the coaches postgame. So we head to the 7th. 7th inning is brought to you by
Chad
McMahon State Farm.
His son was an ACA grad.
Chad McMahon State Farm is a proud sponsor of Baseball University. Just like your favorite baseball team, State Farm is here to knock it out of the park with great insurance coverage. From home and auto to life and health, they've got the right coverage to protect what matters most to you. Give Chad McMahon State Farm a call or send him a text to 828-452-0567. You can also feel free to stop by his office in Waynesville. Working together with you, they'll make sure you have customized protection tailored to your individual needs with world-class local service. Chad McMahon State Farm, here to help life go right.
Well, this is the last shot here for your ACA Lions. Going back through and calculating some of the box scores here for the Greenies. Henry Tatera 2 for 5 with a ribby run and a stolen base. Gosnell 1 for 5. Jonathan Reese 2 for 4 with 2 runs, a double, 2 run or an RBI as well. Corbin Spilliards 3 for 3, 2 ribs, a sac fly RBI, stolen base. Patrick Roshaw 1 for 3 at the double and a hit by pitch. Will Ray is 0 for 2 with 2 walks, 2 runs, and 2 stolen bases. Will Walker was 1 for 3 with a triple, RBI, and a run. Cade Granning was 1 for 3 with a run and a stolen base. And then Wells Alderman, 2 for 4 with a home run, triple. Actually, excuse me. 2 for 3 with a home run, triple, and a walk. So it'll be interesting here as we get down to the CamWood Player of the Game conversation at the end. Say Gosnell worked 4 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits, 5 Ks. Wells worked 1 inning, 1 strikeout clean. Cam Walker out for his 2nd inning. So very impressed with Walker. Might run out there and get 1 more velo reading on him. So it's going to be Felix Hornstra Patterson here in the 7th. That's a pop fly in the middle of the field. Corbin Spilliards is going to call for it. And that's out number 1. Well, I think for me it comes down to probably either Alderman with the home run triple and the clean inning pitched, or Spilliards, who's 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He's played a pretty good game at short, no errors. I don't know. We'll think this one through. We'll go back and look at some situational stuff here too. Say Spilliards' RBI was technically the 2nd run of the game too. So I mean that's technically the game-winning RBI that they needed. Didn't look back. Hornstra in center field tonight, 0 for 2. Flew out to center field his last time up. What are you feeling there, Coach Hunter? Anybody?
I like the
out?
Alderman home run. I like his line on the day. Big triple off the wall. Could have.
Yeah, missed a 2nd home run by about a foot. Well, still a little bit of ball game left. See if anything changes. Again, that big House of Power swing is definitely Alderman's. It's ball 4. First base runner given up by Walker after having a 1-2-3 in the 6th.
Now batting for the Lions, number 9, Garrett.
So Garrett Hanna going to hit for himself here. He was the starting catcher, was DH for, so dropping the DH. This is going to be Hanna's first AB of the game. Yeah, a lot of good memories here. That 2023 season, Brody Raleigh, John O. Pierce, Matty Hamill. Saw Matty Hamill up at the Pisgah Tuscola game. It was great to see him. I think he was all-state that year, but he just went to App State, decided he didn't want to play baseball. It was just a good year. Charlie Collins broke onto the scene. You know, it looks like these young Greenies have the talent to restore that type of reputation. They just had a tough season this year. This would be a good W for them. Again, I think Western North Carolina would be well-to-do to bring in the Greenies and ACA into more of that public school scene too, and schedule those games, be more exciting, just a little bit more baseball flavor. Another pick here. It's a tough pick right now with that sun in the eyes of the first baseman.
This feels angled just like Crest is. You get into these late games, deep in Even the April and the May.
Swing a drive to right field. Is it going to hang up? Nice play by TK Wright out there. I think it's Jonathan Reese at first base, too. Looks like they're giving him a break. Took him out from behind the plate. I wonder if that means Tutera's behind the plate there for the Greenies.
Number 12, John Newich.
I think it is. So a couple defensive changes there for the Greenies. And John Neuenschwander up 0 for 3 today. Again, very talented young man. Good ball player. That ball's going to get past the catcher. Hornster's going to move up on the pass ball. Oh, breaking news.
Mississippi State has fired their head baseball coach, Chris Lamones. That's crazy.
What kind of season are they having?
I guess a horrible one, but he won a natty in 2021. That was just 4 years ago. I don't see how you fire a head coach with a national championship.
Cam Walker here. Got one more out to go, and it's not an easy one. John Neuenschwander, a very good ball player.
25 and 19.
Swing, foul off the left side. That's out on the lacrosse field.
Return one for all the lacrosse balls.
Say new walls out here for Christ School. You know, they got that, I don't even know what material that is, but it comes all the way down to the dugouts. They really did a lot of work on the
Well, what did Coach King call that in his thing?
So they brought in all that crushed rock for the warning track all the way around the field.
A champion wall fence that carries a 50-year warranty and a new professional warning track.
Changes the dynamics a little bit. This used to be a real big park, almost like North Henderson big. But when they put this fence in, they changed the dynamics a little bit, brought the gaps in a little bit. Neuenschwander lifts from the left field, tracking it. And, oh, that ball's down. That's over his head. So Neuenschwander with an RBI double here to make things interesting in the 7th. So not dead yet. 8-2.
Now batting for the Lions, number 5, Caleb Smith.
So Caleb Smith coming to the plate now with 2 down. 8-2 score. Walker still dealing. Just get one last velo read on the young man. We'll wait a second, I guess. Quick mound visit. It was 85-86 last inning. We're going to go see where he's at now. That's your ball game. Pop fly caught by Jonathan Reese over at first base. 81 on the fastball from the stretch. So 85-86 last inning. From the stretch there was 81. That's going to be 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 earned run given up for Walker.
Here in Arden, Christ School Greenies, 8.
So, yeah, 8-2.
Yeah, 8-2 final. I want to thank State Farm Chad McMahon again for being our 17th sponsor. Appreciate them so much. As we head to our postgame brought to you by Meineke. Meineke is the pregame and postgame sponsor for Baseball University of the Blue Ridges Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series. With numerous locations in the Western North Carolina region, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires, and wheels, AC, you name it. Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a safe drive home.
Well, a couple final lines here. John Neuenschwander 1 for 4 with the RBI double that you just saw there. Caleb Smith is 1 for 4. Christian Norton 0 for 2 with a run scored and a stolen base. And Donovan Felix 1 for 3 with an RBI. Nate Hornstra 0 for 2 with a run scored. Henry Tutera 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run and stolen base. Aaron Gosnell did a good job on the mound. 4 innings worked. I guess he's your winning pitcher tonight. 1 for 5 at the plate. Jonathan Reese, 2 for 4 at the double, 2 runs and RBI. Corbin Spilliards, great evening, 3 for 3, 2 ribbies, sac fly, RBI, stolen base. Patty Robichaud, 1 for 3 at the double, and Will Walker, 1 for 3 at the triple in the RBI. Kate Grandy, 1 for 3 at the run and stolen base. And Wells Alderman, 2 for 3 at the home run, triple, and a walk. So decent lines, some good talent tonight. Cam Walker, 85-86. Garen Gosnell is low 8s. Some good arms. So anyway, it's time to announce that CamWood Bats player of the game. But before we do, let's thank our headline sponsor, CamWood. CamWood Bats, located in Haywood County, Western North Carolina, but they serve baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at CamWoodBats.com. As part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through the website. You know, we're getting into summer ball soon. Maybe y'all have some wood bat tournaments. Fall ball leagues are usually wood bat. So again, get with CamWoodBats.com and use that coupon code for 10% off on all your purchases. Well, I think Wells Alderman with a home run, a triple, and a clean inning there for a hold. I think he's our CamWood Bats player of the game. We'll go out there and give him his award. Tip of the cap to Corbin Spilliards. Good game as well. But I like loud. You know, you've been wanting some more big, loud CamWood Bats home run hitters.
Yeah.
So, ACA drops to 6-10.
6-10, 0-4 in conference, while Christ School moves to 7-14-1 and 3-1 in the Carolinas Athletic
And that
Association.
conference is very irrelevant. It's more of the 4A, 3A rankings that we should probably look at for them. Again, 2 young teams. We wish them luck in their last final push for playoffs. I'll let Hunter go ahead and sign off here with some of our farewell spots.
Well, that's it for the evening's rendition of Baseball University's West North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series. Thank you to our sponsors, Meineke, Bloom Patch Farms, Hail Tax Solutions, American Legion Post 70, Hauling Solutions and Grading, Nova Pitching Performance, House of Power, Chad McMahon State Farm, and of course, CamWood Bats. We'll also thank our traveling home sponsor, BH Granny Landscapes Incorporated, and our away team sponsor, Poppy Handcrafted Popcorn. Thanks again for tuning in, and catch the next broadcast tomorrow, Tuesday, April 29th, where Murphy Bulldogs 6-10 and 6-3 in conference. They've got another game tonight. They're playing Hiawassee Dam. Travel to Hayesville, 11-7, 10-0
They win that
in
first
conference.
one?
They beat Hiawassee Dam, so
It's senior night for Hayesville, and we're excited to see their facilities. No lights there, but I heard they have like a class act facility.
thanks again for tuning in, and that's our next broadcast. And then, as always, college coaches, thanks for tuning in. And any questions, reach out to Coach Cook. I want to go ahead and lastly, please hit up that Patreon. Playoff projections all week long. I'm going to try to get them up every day if I can. And it won't be in a pretty graphic format, that's for sure. But they'll be up there. So please, the website's on your screen. And we also want to shout out all of our social medias. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, the website, all on your screen. Please go check that out.
Big thank you to Poppies. Big thank you to Granning.
Got to dig into that.
Again, we'll see you 3 more times this week. And
tomorrow from
playoff
Hayesville, Wednesday or Thursday from Asheville, and Friday from Drawn.
Playoff push is coming, so we'll see you tomorrow.